I don't think
skull
Spurs second half is worth the play.
Well,
They don't. They just look broken.
Do they look torn? Like Natalie Imbruglia? I'm not sure if I even said her name right. Remember that jam?
Natalie Imbruglia?
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 It's been a long time since I've had to try to say her name.
Yeah, a lot of tired legs in the association tonight.
Yeah, 17-10. The Buccaneers are leading. Joe Judge, what the WTF, man? Yeah, I get that. I get you were backed up there, but maybe take a couple of medium-sized shots instead of a couple screen passes there. You had 2 timeouts in just under a minute. I would have tried something. You're a 3-6 team with honestly probably an outside shot at the playoffs if you can pull off a couple of upsets. I mean, do something. You shouldn't be like, oh, they're just going to go into halftime happy. You're down 7. So, and then yes, the Andrew Thomas touchdown was. I really wished it was Kyle Rudolph, but I did enjoy his hops. He got up there for a big guy, especially a big guy coming off an injury. So maybe the Giants, we kind of chided them for that pick. Maybe they got a steal. I don't see. I'm trying to think of another one from that draft. I didn't see Tristan Wirfs catch a touchdown pass.
No, he got a brutal holding call. I didn't know that. I mean, that wasn't that was hugely consequential in terms of the Bucs scoring points. Maybe it gives us a little bit of value in the second half here on the Buccaneers. Looks like the line is going to be Buccaneers 3.5. So basically, you need them to win by the closing spread.
Yeah.
You needed it.
Kevin Hart does not ever turn down a media appearance.
Yeah.
And Kevin Hart and the Mannings are kindred spirits because they're never going to turn down a commercial either.
That's funny. Cut from the same cloth.
They are. Yeah, I said this to Drew off the air because I've kind of been trying to work on some stuff. I didn't pay a ton of attention, but this was prior to the first down that they got on that little screen pass. A couple of them late, I guess, actually with the second pass that got fumbled away. But at one point, the first downs were 19-7. The yardage was a lot, almost 3 times as much. The Bucs almost had 3 times as much yardage. They just got a couple of key penalties against them in some funny spots, and that one turnover. Like, the Bucs should be up by a lot more. The Bucs should have probably more points than this. They've got almost 300 total yards already, and yeah, I'm kind of ready to just get involved in the Bucs here and then go to sleep. Hopefully it's as easy as last night, guys. How about it? We bet an over, and I feel like there might have even been some understeam at halftime, and then it bounced back a little, and there were 51 half points, 51 second half points.
Amazing.
44. I was going to go to bed. Eventually, I just want to stay up to see, like, is this going to keep going? What's there's some shenanigans, definitely. Odd second half with the blocked punt, the tipped interception, some bad luck for the Chargers, who still won, did not cover, but that over got home. The full game got over in the second half all by itself. You didn't even need those first 27. And I kind of lean towards this over as well, but I'm much heavier on the Bucs, even though they don't get the ball.
Okay.
I'm thinking maybe you get a little depressed number. I was thinking this is going to be like 4. I thought you were going to get a bigger number than, essentially the pregame number.
Yeah, I mean, they're giving you a half point off the pregame close, right? Didn't it close 11 or 12? 11?
Was there late steam? I saw 10s at some points. Yeah.
See, I wasn't watching late. I wasn't watching the market on this one. Did it close? Did steam really came in on the Giants, huh? Oh, yeah, wow, 10. So they're sticking with the closing total, or the closing side. And then the total is they're expecting a little bit of inflation on the total scored. That makes sense. And honestly, we should have had more points. Or should we have? I guess there were 7 free points given to the Giants based on a bad drop. And then there were 7 points taken away from the Bucs because of the holding penalty. Is that right? So there's a wash.
Yeah, I don't know how much you want to take into account that last drive that wasn't ever going to go anywhere, but I mean, I have it down for about, according to the yardage, 26 points. So I think those wash. I think we're probably on pace for I think this total is pretty sharp.
Let's go Buccaneers.
Down to 24.5, someone says. probably like 25.5 isn't super key. I don't think it's going to take a lot to move. It's not like there's big key numbers, but there sort of are. It still takes some money to move across 21, 24, 23. So yeah, let's just go Bucs second half. I'm pretty quick to pull the trigger on this. I don't really see an angle to take the Giants in this one. They're wasting some downs with Saquon. You want to guess about any guesses, Drew? I don't know if you had the box score up about Saquon's rushing totals.
Oh, I don't think was it like 4 carries for 8 yards, something like that.
3 carries,
like 8 yards.
3 carries, 10 yards.
Okay.
And 8 of them were on 1 carry.
Where
he broke a little bit up the middle. That is classic Saquon, except you just extrapolate that by 14, and he ends up with like 20 carries for 88 yards, and one of them was on a 48-yarder.
Yes,
John Ross, your leading rusher on that side.
Some pretty sloppy play by the Buccaneers receivers. The bad drop by Mike Evans, which gave Giants 7 points, was obviously the most standout. But Cameron Brate had a bad drop that would have moved them into the red zone pretty comfortably on that final drive before the holding call, I think.
And I definitely, as much as I like to poop on Tom Brady, I can't shit on him at all. He's doing well.
Crisp. Yeah, he's
been crisp.
He looks
those drops. Yeah, those are drops. They're not, he threw it behind him or that was a little too high. His passing looks really good right now. He should probably, I think he's 20 of 29. He should probably have 3 or 4 more completions, which, especially since I have a completions prop on him, I wish he did. I need one more one more out of Godwin at least too. So I need 2 out of Godwin in the second.
You know what I think of this? I think this is an MVP caliber performance for Tom Brady, considering what the other contenders gave us this week.
I mean, if he can go the second half with 1 touchdown, no interceptions, that's an MVP favorite moment for him, because the rest of the market just didn't play well. It's MVP by attrition in this case.
Yeah.
And don't you dare. And I guess we can clip this when I look foolish when he, has an unsustainable drive down the rest of the season and something dumb happens, but don't bet Jonathan Taylor at 20 to 1. That number, bet it 3 weeks ago at 150 to 1.
No, don't even do that.
I mean,
there's
was
no
at least
no.
There's some logic to because Adrian Peterson did win it, and the quarterbacks are all kind of middling. If someone has a 2,000-yard season, it can be done, but at the same time, not at 20 to 1, guys. Let's not get those. Let's not get those tickets. I don't think I have an MVP ticket really outside of Fitzpatrick, which I'm not.
I think that one's in trouble.
When you see some trouble, I'm kind. I did take some Justin Herbert. I forget about that. So I'm not regretting not having much liability in this MVP market. I have much more liability in the Rookie of the Year and the Heisman. I'm happy with those.
Jonathan Taylor is on pace for 1,734 yards rushing in a 17-game season.
Yeah,
that's your MVP?
No. He'd need a couple. He'd need another day like today. He'd need to hit 1,900. And maybe his yards from scrimmage would have to be pretty big, a bunch of catches too, possibly some game-winning. It would take a lot, and the rest, and all the quarterbacks would have to continue to play bad. And he'd need, maybe break the touchdown record, maybe
23.
break the single
He's on
rushing
pace for
record.
23 touchdowns.
That is a lot
combined rushing.
It's still not enough. Still not enough.
No. Not in a 17-game season, no sir.
Ooh,
especially
someone says Suma threw this out today. Kirk Cousins. If they keep winning, he's kind of good this year. He hasn't looked dumb, at least.
No,
he did. He was kind of
the usual suspects. Because this is the middle of the season. There's going to be 4 or 5. People are really going to start to sharpen their takes on who's a true contender, and the 1 and 2 seeds are locked up. Come the end of December, early January. So whatever happens now, people are going to forget about it. It's not going to matter. I don't think that a long shot's going to come in for MVP, but I could be wrong.
No. And the thing is, too, as good as it's looking when he is hitting Jefferson, Thielen, etc., he did throw a bunch of wince balls yesterday against the Packers, like interceptable passes that just you forget about them. You forget about them after you look at the score, you look at the box score, like, hey, the Vikings won. Hey, Kirk Cousins had a really clean stat line. Everything looked good on offense. You forget about those passes. Those don't make the stat sheet. Like, hey, he threw a really shitty ball that the guy just didn't complete the catch. And not only that not only changes the stat sheet, that probably changes the final score as well. So, like, that was, just one little thing. A guy just drops an interception and your whole perception of Kirk Cousins changes. But fuck, I guess if I were betting the Vikings, I'd take a division price instead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's not a bad look.
This offense.
Which is no playoff market is probably a good
look.
They're on the outside looking in right now, right? I believe they are.
I need to just bookmark this NFL playoff picture.
Right. As of right now, the Vikings.
I think the Vikings are in.
They're on the out. The 7th seed would be the Saints at 5-5. Oh no, the Vikings are in. You're right. Shit, they're 6th seed. I looked at the 7th seed thinking that would be the Vikings. No, they're in the playoffs right now. They're the 6th seed. They would play Dallas.
And really, the way it's lined up right now,
amazing.
I'm fine with these playoffs. Like, I'm not in a spot where it's like, hey, the Eagles, Panthers, Washington, Niners deserve to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really, between the Vikings, Saints, and those 4 teams, there's not a big difference. Whatever. I don't care who gets in unless somebody bet on it. Like, and yes, the Packers' offensive line did suffer a pretty big blow as well. I mean, that's not good. Early USFL predictions, I base my futures on coaching. We took the old ball coach down in the Orlando Apollos in the Alliance.
Yep.
I took June Jones. I think he was just offensive coordinator. Maybe he was head coach. Either way, he was calling the plays down there in the Dallas or the Houston Roughnecks. And I will wait for some coaching hires before I get too excited about the USFL. Okay. Somebody says Packers O-line in trouble. I wanted someone to say USFL in trouble. I kind of read those in the same thing because they're right by each other. I will probably make a pretty good future bet, and it will be refunded when that league folds, like every time.
Okay.
Who was the coach? June Jones. I love June Jones.
Our Buccaneers side got steamed out to -122 as we are wrapping up our second half or our halftime break here. It's almost overtime. We're on the cusp of overtime.
Precipice, as the kids say. And we have Condoleezza Rice coming up in the second half. You can yell at her about college football playoff stuff. Which honestly, I don't think the rankings were bad last week. And again, I don't ever give a shit because only the last ones matter.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you like anything on Thanksgiving? I don't like anything on Turkey Day. Help.
Yeah, I don't either. I didn't play anything. I'm probably not going to play anything.
So dangerously close to having
Bills
basketball ready.
College basketball?
I can bet some college basketball. Hoping Monday.
If you had to take one side on Thursday, is it Chicago or Buffalo?
I really don't. I'm not bullish about Kamara playing again. Like, I'd probably take Buffalo on a bounce back there.
Buffalo, I think.
They're not that bad. Like, yeah, they got muscled, but are we going to see Mark Ingram and Taysom Hill do that?
What's your
Taysom
survivor play?
Weird.
If you're in the Circus Survivor and you have to have a Thanksgiving. The Taysom Hill contract was bizarre. Oh yeah, I haven't digested that at all. I don't know.
Watto says overs on Turkey Day. I like the unders. I liked all 3 unders. Shows what I know. He has an actual nice totals model. Reports from Chicago are saying Nagy has lost the locker room. And those reports must have taken 7 or 8 weeks to get to the media. I saw that today too, Foos. That weird. And again, they have never in their 101 years fired a coach midseason. And if nothing else, a 90-some-year-old woman, actually, is it nonagenarian? I don't even know how to say that when you're in your 90s.
Nonagenarian.
Nonagenarian, if nothing else, they do like to adhere to traditions. So I believe Virginia might just stick to her guns and let Nagy coach out the season, which is rough. Rough for Bears fans. He's lost the team. The team is not playing well.
Maybe he can get COVID again.
If I were him, I'd just fake it. Like, I'm fired at the end of the year. Like, you know what I'm gonna do this week? I'm gonna sit on my couch. You know what? It looks like when you go play one of these cold weather games at home or up in Green Bay or something. Yeah, you know what? My house is 72. Just gonna get the COVID again.
Spurs aren't quitting there, man. They're fighting back. Their Suns are showing some cracks at long last. Couple of bad turnovers this third quarter. The tide might be turning, but the Spurs really are making this painful. This is a tough one. Thoughts and prayers to anyone who was late on the Atlanta side. The fact that landed 12 was insane. 5 late points from a player I did not know was in the NBA for the Orlando Thunder. Got that push for anyone that was late to the party.
I'm not sure you did that by accident.
Well, Orlando is not going to get to 80 tonight, which was a joke I made earlier, and ultimately is not looking great for them to get into the 80s. Milwaukee's not even trying.
Connor brought up the double doink. Painful for everyone.
Giants are driving. I'm
not worried. This is going to push my Tampa Bay Bucs. And one thing I didn't want to take it into account too much, because I still do believe the Bucs are going to really go ham on offense here. But the Giants have been a very good second half team. I should have said that before anyone made the bet. Like, hey, buyer beware.
Is it because of the adjustments they're making, or because teams let their guard down because they're usually comfortably ahead and it doesn't feel like it's going to be
I'm not sure if I have any reasoning why. They just have been. I looked at some stuff and I read some stuff, and it's like I don't really believe that Joe Judge and Garrett are making meaningful decisions.
Here come the Spurs.
Meet the Mets. I'm not even sure if that's how the song goes. I don't know the tune. Spurs are only down by 8 right now. Good job. Oh, Phoenix. Oh, no, Phoenix getting them jelly legs. Oh, no, the jelly legs getting tired.
That's going to be a tight one. This is going to be a tight one. Suns are still playing hard. Suns. I mean, I'm going to bet against the Suns 4 times this week by the looks of the market. And then I think I'm going to take whatever winnings, if I have any, from that run, and I'm going to put them on Suns to win the West at that point. They're going to be a good buy low here after
I like that you're a man with a plan.
Yeah. I mean,
nothing else.
The Suns are incredible. They really are. They're just they're in a bad spot this week.
A little worried about the shirt because it's kind of a hue of green. I was kind of worried it wouldn't show up on the green screen, but we're cool.
No, you're fine. Yeah, you look like you're ready to go duck hunting. Honestly,
I didn't want to.
Turkey hunting? You go for a turkey shoot?
I thought about it, but I still haven't pulled the trigger on getting a crossbow.
You borrow links.
Oh gosh, look at that. Do you understand? Oh, 4th down. Yeah, not to gross anybody out, but I kind of looked into turkey hunting because there's a lot of turkeys. Like if I get up early, I hear them out in the woods, and I looked into like how hunting them with a crossbow works, and they make arrows with just giant effing heads on them that like cut their head off as it goes through their neck. Like you shoot at the neck and try to cut their head off or something. It's a whole thing. Not sure I'm ready for that yet.
Sounds like an activity that I won't be partaking in this thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have turkeys in California.
Oh man. Oh, that guy had a free run. Oh, it's okay. It's all good. 4th down. No conversion. No conversion.
No points for the Giants. That's a shame. Devin White.
I mean, did you see the guy running clear? Whew. He should have murdered Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones barely avoided that.
Oh, look at this guy. He's not happy.
Yeah. Well,
what was Joe that, Judge Terrapin energy drink?
Joe Judge learned his lesson. That last time he'll go for it. God, there were a lot of coaches who were really conservative punting on 4th downs in opponent territory this weekend. I lost count. I lost track. It was bad.
A lot of missed kicks too. It was just, I mean, it wasn't just the quality of like some of the play calling and stuff. It was just everything. Missed kicks, bad decisions, bad execution, like legitimately outside of the Vikings game. And truthfully, like the Chargers-Steelers game wasn't good. It was just exciting because there was sloppiness in the second half that caused points. Like the Packers-Vikings game was probably the only good game. Yeah, sorry.
4 fouls on Pirtle.
I don't know who that is.
He's the center for
the Spurs. Does he play for the Spurs?
Yeah, I mean, the Suns are getting some bailout calls here.
This guy raised his own turkey this year. I worked at a turkey farm for a summer in high school. Those are the dumbest animals on the planet.
41-pound turkey.
Well, I mean, is that cleaned and dressed? Like, have you already?
If it's not, that's still going to be like a 26-pounder, probably.
Yeah, they don't have that. Feathers don't weigh much.
What's the conversion rate? 15 pounds, probably.
You take off about
15-ish,
26% of the bird for guts and feathers, and you take the beak off. We should be giving
if it still has a head. I'm
just giving away all these recipes.
If you haven't decapitated it with your bow and arrow, yeah.
I grew up on a farm, so like we raised chickens. I've decapitated many birds over my lifetime. I was in charge of catching them. Dad chopped the heads off.
Yeah.
Growing up in the holler. That is a huge bird, though. Yeah. If you haven't taken your turkey out yet, please get it out of the freezer. It takes a while to thaw. And if you're brining, don't start quite yet. Don't get too.
Really?
Don't jump the gun.
What?
You can over brine. You absolutely can over brine. Yes, you can ruin the meat by over brining. I have perfected how I like it. I take down the salt intake quite a bit in the brine so I can brine it a little longer than you normally would, because I go maybe 30 hours of brining. But take it easy on that. Hopefully all your turkeys are good. Catch you. What is most brines are just like an overnight 24-hour thing for the most part. You follow some recipes. I mean, there's a ton of good recipes online for like a good poultry brine. I'm traditional. I'm salt, I'm sugar, and maybe a little bit of, spices. Maybe some pepper, cayenne.
Thyme.
I use thyme when I do chickens.
Okay.
Ooh, a spatchcock. I'm a wet brine, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
I drove all the way across the town one time to go to a restaurant supply store to get this giant tub so you can brine.
Do you do your own spatchcock, or do you have your butcher take out the
Oh no, I mean you just have to cut the
backbone.
The breast, the whatever. I gotta flip it over and think the spine.
The backbone.
No, it's pretty easy. You just hack at it. I got some big knives in the kitchen here. 3rd and 11 for our Buccaneers.
They converted.
And that is a conversion for Mike Evans. There we go.
Mike Evans bobbled it, though. He still has a little thing going on with the old dropsy poos. I don't love it. I don't love and honestly, it's funny that the Buccaneers are the only team in the NFL who you have any confidence is ultimately going to be there come playoffs, going to actually show up. And yet they're without their best wide receiver in Antonio Brown. And who knows if he'll come back. Do you have a prediction on whether we'll see Antonio Brown in a Bucs uniform again this season?
I don't know, man. I don't think I'm equipped to make a judgment on that. I have no idea he could be in a lot of trouble with the league over this, vaccine card thing. Although they didn't seem too worried about the Aaron Rodgers stuff where he probably
do you have
some protocols.
Any predictions about the vaccine shenanigans spreading to more players on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
I'm sure, maybe not even just the Bucs. I'm sure this won't be the last time we hear about something like this.
Do you care? Why should we care at this point? I mean, I don't want them putting people at risk and lying about it.
I care. I do care. I actually do care because right now those are the rules, and it's making it a pain in the ass to handicap games if we're going to have players sitting out at the last minute because we're finding out that they're breaking protocols and shit. It's just one more fly in the ointment, honestly. Just follow the rules.
Dude, they take 29-yard screen off the board from an illegal formation. Ay.
You got to have a certain amount of people on the line. There goes that guy. There goes that man again, though. I've never fried a turkey. I have a turkey fryer. I used it for that. I filled it with water when I did that down south boil.
God, that was such a good screen, and they wipe it out on a ticky-tack.
I should fry one. Maybe I'll fry
ticky-tack procedural penalty. I hate the procedural penalties. What a useless element of the game.
It's the holiday season.
Nice catch by Gronk. Gronk with the reliable hands. Nobody else.
He does have reliable hands. It's 23. I need Godwin to get one more here to get me on a push for him.
Did Leonard Fournette make his receiving prop over? I think he did. I think it was 26.5. That was
he has 27
Sarah's
at the moment.
edge of the day today. It was
be a real kick in the dick if he caught a backwards pass. Or he caught a pass behind the line.
Got a behind the line of scrimmage and didn't make the line to gain, or didn't make the line of scrimmage. Yeah.
Hey, Godwin has 6 catches. Yay.
Oh man, the Spurs are so floating with this number. They want to be inside of it, but they don't really.
What are you doing? What are you going to do? A special meal when you're in Hawaii?
Yeah,
for Thanksgiving, or are you just gonna?
What?
I mean, the screen pass didn't go for as many yards, but it was like the exact same play. I was kind of hoping it would. Anyway, proceed.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette, I think, definitely has his receiving yards prop now.
Now he does, yeah. Well, what's on the Thanksgiving?
You ever you've been to Waikiki, right?
Only Maui.
Only Maui. Oh, okay.
I mean, the Big Island's just kind of for tourists.
The Big Island is not Oahu.
I don't know.
So I know what you were going for.
Yeah,
there,
I know. I don't know
really
which one
put
you were
the pieces
going to.
together.
No,
Oahu is definitely for tourists. There's no denying that. But it is
again
tremendous. Place
only been to Maui. Big Lahaina guy checking in.
We're going to Duke's, which is a pretty famous spot right on the beach there in Waikiki. They have a nice Thanksgiving dinner.
Fucking flag.
Jesus.
Holding defense.
Oh, whoa.
I think I have the sound off. That's an automatic first down. Oh man, the cheating Giants. The goddamn cheating Giants. I'm just going to my dad's house. He's gonna make a shitload of food. They make these I don't know what it's called. It's just like a big casserole full of mixed vegetables with cheese and a crust on top. That shit's really good.
So
like turkey, potatoes, things like that.
Here's what's on the menu. You ready? This is all buffet. Slow roasted double R signature ranch prime rib, macadamia nut crusted fresh catch, herb roasted young turkey breast, and emu dark meat.
Emu?
IMU.
Okay.
Not emu, the bird. Kobacha squash ravioli, sour cream and chive, Yukon Gold mashed potatoes, bacon fried rice, Kahlua pork apple stuffing, wok charred seasonal vegetables, banana mac nut muffins, Hawaiian sweet rolls, and a little Lihing pineapple and cranberry relish.
You know what I had when I was in Hawaii one time? And it's the worst? Taro. That's dumb. Like, I get it.
Oh, taro is not a.
It's awful.
No.
It's like it's
barely edible. Yeah.
It's like if they took mashed potatoes and took all the flavor and then made it gummier. I want this team to score so I can go to bed.
Oh, the San Antonio Spurs, man.
I had it at some sort of luau we went to, and honestly, everything else about the luau was amazing. The pork was amazing. The dessert, the show, everything was cool. But boy, does fucking taro suck.
Hey,
maybe I needed to put gravy on it.
Mike Evans.
Look at that.
Put it on the board. Well, he got 6. Presumably they'll get.
And I believe Brady got his 26th.
Yeah. Hey, you want to guess what the price was for Godwin anytime touchdown score today? Plus 100. You want to guess what the price for
180?
Mike Evans anytime touchdown scorer was today? Plus
220?
No, they were both. I
have no
plus
idea.
100.
I don't look at that market.
Both guys get there with the 50-50 prop. My guy Vaughn Dalzell, who was on Bet the Edge this morning, had both of those. He's having a good night. It's college basketball was good today too.
I just need the Spurs to get their shit together here.
Yeah.
So, all right. Hey, guess what? Deep dive tomorrow night, 7 p.m. right here on this channel. I'll see you guys there. We'll talk about the week to come. We'll definitely highlight the Thanksgiving games. We'll get into all the other games. We will take your questions, your comments. We'll roast Condoleezza Rice after this appearance. And we'll see you guys for that. And then we won't see you till Thanksgiving for those who celebrate. So catch you then. Hit the thumbs up. Bye. I love you.
See you then.